What's up, peeps? Welcome to Lower Body Strength. For this workout, all you will need, 2 dumbbells, moderate to heavyish. The very tail end of heavy, maybe. Right in that moderate range is where we want to be. We got 4 exercises, 2 focusing on the quads, 2 focusing on the hamstrings, followed by a little bit of mobility and some stretch. You just need a mat for the very last exercise slash pose. We will be on the ground. Let's jump right into it. This is not a time to work out today. The workout is going to be about 25 minutes, but we're focusing on 4 sets of 8 to 12 for each of our exercises, okay? That's the range you want to go for. You might get 8, you might get 12, you might get 6, you might get 13. Perfectly fine, all right? Exercise number 1. Grab one of your dumbbells, place it in your right hand, bring your left foot forward, and you're going to take the right foot just about maybe like a 3/4 of a step back. So if I'm here, I'm not taking a full step. I mean, that's a long step. Nobody steps like that, right? But maybe take like a half step back. The heel is up. We're keeping our weight in the front heel, right? My knee can travel forward, and I kind of want it to, all right? But the emphasis here is on bend in both knees as much as possible. So I'm dropping my back knee straight down to the ground, and I'm bending the front leg, okay? This is the movement I'm going for. This is our split squat with the dumbbell. Palm is facing in or facing back, so it's pronated. And I'm coming down, 3, 2, 1, standing up. Notice I have a slight lean forward of my torso, right? And adjust your position. This might be too close for you. Maybe you need to take a little step back, but you want to get right in between that full lunge range. And you're going to feel this in the front quad and the front glute as well. So I'm going for 8. I'll count that as 2, 3. Notice how I'm taking my time on the way down. 4, 5. My left glute starting to heat up a little bit. 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna go for 9. 9. Rest. Switch sides. So the rep you decide to do, the number of reps you decide to do, it's all about when you feel like you're getting to that point where your form is starting to fail, right? Not before, and certainly not after, okay? But I'd rather you push it a little too far than stop short. Go for it. 3 down. 3, 2, 1. For me, 3 seconds down, 1 second up. I'll give you a little bit of profile. That's the golden ratio for me because it guarantees that I'm getting as much of that eccentric movement, the elongating of the muscles as required. I think that's 5. Woo! 6. Got to even it out, right? And it might not always be even. 8. But ideally, you'd love to try and get 9. You'd love to try and make it even on each side because, put the dumbbell down, because you don't want to create any imbalances. I'm gonna just take a few breaths and then I'm going into single leg deadlifts. So these kind of work in supersets, right? We'll do 4 rounds of quad hamstring, A1, A exercise, B exercise, and then we'll do 2 different exercises for quads and hamstrings. Pick it up with your left hand. We're gonna start right leg forward first this time. Now we're doing our single leg deadlift. So this is our superset. Watch me. Watch me for the first one. I'm gonna demo for you. My left leg is straight. I'm hinging forward, doing my best to keep my hips square to the ground the entire time. I'm reaching, woo, it's okay, stabilize. Reaching the dumbbell to the floor. And I'm standing and squeezing. I'm looking for a stretch in the back of this hamstring and a squeeze in my glute as I stand up, hips come under shoulders. I'll go this way. This is 2, by the way. That first one definitely counted. 2. Go for it. Jump in whenever you're ready. Slow and controlled, slow and controlled. 3, You'll feel the stretch. It's almost like it turns on, right? When you reach that range and plane that's suitable for you. So for some people, that might be right here and you stand up. You might not get the parallel. For me, I need to get my left leg as close to parallel as possible. And once I get to that point and I square the hips, I feel the hamstring stretch and then I stand up. I'm not trying to touch the dumbbell to the floor. I'm keeping my chest lifted. That was 4, I was 3. Oh, I lost my balance. Ooh, 4, 5. I'm gonna be right at 8 for this one, peeps. 7, 8, switch. If you find yourself struggling to balance, first and foremost, check your shoes. I'm starting the other side. I'll talk to you while I'm doing it. So your shoes, especially when you're doing lower body, super important. I've said this in videos before, and I'll just say it again in case this is the first one someone is saying. If you've heard it before, I'm sorry. But your shoe, when you're doing leg workouts, you want it to be flat. You want it to be sturdy. If you have a squishy shoe, doesn't matter the brand, running shoes, a lot of shoes these days have a really thick sole. Ooh. And what happens is your foot is unstable. So your foot, your ankle, your knee is constantly having to adjust. And oftentimes with the big heel, it pushes you forward onto the ball of your foot and your toes. And so when you do your leg movements, your squats, your lunges, you're focusing on the quads a lot and you miss out on so much hamstring and glute activation. I'm doing one more, I lost count. Oh, rest. Oh, few breaths. Few breaths. You miss out on so much of the hamstring and glute activation because we're up on the toes because the heels are so chunky. Now this heel does look a little big, right? But the shoe is flat and it's the sturdy sole. Allows me to ground myself and my feet don't have to adjust as much and I can really focus on sitting back in the foot, getting all 4 corners of my foot, big toe, pinky toe, both sides of the heel on the ground, right? Back to split squat, shall we? 1 dumbbell, 1 hand. I can't remember what leg I started with, but just pick a leg. My right leg is forward now, left leg is back, and I'm going. Pick up the pace a little bit. 2, 1. Not the pace of the reps, it's the pace of the workout, okay? A lot of the intro is over, but I'm still here with you, still here. Keeping the shoulders square. 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1. I'm tapping out at 8. 8. Ay, caramba. Ooh, switch. Go for it, right into it, right into it. Look at the knee. See the knee traveling forward? That's okay. I want that knee bend. The more knee bend, the more quad. But my foot is staying flat. My heel is on the ground. This is what we want to try and avoid. Look at my heel now. We want to try to avoid that. Not the time, not the place. That's a different workout. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was 5, but I'm going to go 4 because I know y'all watching saying, oh, you cheated. 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. 7, 1, 2, 3, 8. Whew, you can put it down for a little bit. Maybe shake it out a bit. Grab a little sprig of water. A little sippy sip. Now that scissor, we don't condone drug usage. I guess scissor isn't really drugs, it's just alcohol. No, actually it's drug. Because I think you got some like cough syrup in it. 3-6 Mafia, holla at your boy. All right, go, single leg deadlift. I'll go into 45. 2, 3. Easy to rush these. Watch this, watch me. Mira, this is what it looks like when you rush it. right? That's what it looks like. So there's no effort to find that straight line, that straight plane from the back of the head to the heel. This is what we want. Oh. 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. You might be wondering, why use one hand? 7. Or why not use 2 dumbbells? You can. You can use 2 dumbbells if you want to, okay? But a really incredible benefit of the single leg deadlift is not only the strength in the legs, but it's the balancing and stability. And when we think of balancing and stability, we think about our core, right? But also the hips. The hips. Oh, such a neglected part of the physiology. And think about it. The hips, hip flexors, like the abs, the core, that's the link between upper and lower body, right? But it's so neglected. So much athleticism stems from the hips. Health stems from the hips. Sustainability, longevity, hips, hip mobility, hip strength. The glutes are a huge muscle. The hip flexors, you use them in sitting, standing, walking, running, swimming, climbing, everything you do. Swimming. Did I ever say swimming? Pretty sure I did. I'll do one more. I'm sure you're at home keeping count. And if you're not, it's because I'm talking too much. Rest. That was set number 2. 2 more sets. So we got 2 more rounds of our quad, of our single leg. So of our split squats and our single leg deadlift. How you feeling? Don't lie. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Okay. I'm stalling. All right, I'm going. Relax. Relax, I'm going. Ay, I'm going. Go for it. 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna go 9. I'm feeling good. Switch. Right into it. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. I was about to talk. I'm gonna do this set, then I'm gonna talk. You can't shut me up. Cannot shut me up. 5, 6, 7, 8. Rest. Hi. Okay, what I was gonna say, before I was so rudely interrupted by my own exercising. Sometimes you might not be feeling the exercise where you think you should be feeling it. You might not be feeling it at all, right? First thing, Google it. I'm serious. Google it, okay? There's a wealth of knowledge out there. So many people who know way more than I do, way more than you do. There's always an answer somewhere. YouTube, Reddit, Quora, however you say it. There's always gonna be somebody. There's always gonna be something somewhere, right? If you need to think about, okay, where am I supposed to feel this at? All right, let's go. Single leg deadlift, go for it. I'm gonna keep count. 2, 3, 1. If you're struggling to figure out where to feel it after you Google it, there's this thing called mind-muscle connection. And it works, I'm serious. Bodybuilders are excellent at this. Think about intuitively what it takes for you to get the sensation in the correct spot. If you need to, lower the weight, go slower, and think about, what am I trying to activate? So in this move, I'm focusing on my hamstring. So what am I doing? I am driving into my heel, and as I'm leaning forward, I'm almost trying to dig my heel further into the ground, right? To create distance between my heel and my hip as much as I can. Also, I'm taking my left heel, the back one, up and away as far as I can to try and get the stretch in the back of my hamstring. And as I stand up, I'm driving my heel down, I'm squeezing my butt, switch arms. So that way, I bring focus exactly to where I need it to be when I'm hitting that body part, whatever body part it is. 3. And 4. The beautiful thing about lifting for quality over quantity is this, and this is such a hard concept for us to grasp as humans. If you don't get to a number, whatever that target number is, it is okay, right? I'm doing one more for good measure. 1, 2, 3. Rest. One more set. If you don't get to that number, it's okay. Okay? As long as you're executing the reps as correctly as possible. Because every time you do a rep correctly, it imprints on your brain. And it becomes that much more intuitive, that much more second nature. Doesn't mean you don't have to pay attention when you're lifting. It just means the movement patterns become your default. So when you go to squat, when you go to lunge, your body does the right thing without you having to always think about it, right? Makes you safer, makes you stronger, makes you sexier. We all want that, right? I mean, I don't know how much more sexier some of y'all can get. I have room for improvement. I'm a late bloomer. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Let's go, last set. Quads and hammies, baby. Go for it. 3, 2, 1, stand. So on this one, I'm driving into my front heel. And as I stand up, I'm thinking about my glute firing and pushing my hips forward. Even though they're still back, it's a push. It's a push. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice you're not feeling this as much in the back quad as much as you would in the lunge. Because we got our weight forward in the front leg. The back one is there for support, but also because of the angle. I'm doing one more. 2, 3. The leg isn't bending and straightening as much in the back. Watch this side. I'll show you what I mean. Look at the bend in the front knee. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. And notice how it goes all the way straight, right? The back leg isn't quite getting as much of the lengthening, or the straightening rather, the contraction, okay? So this part here, for as opposed to when I do a normal lunge and I'm back a little further, now when I'm standing, look how straight my leg is back there, right? So the step in takes a little bit of the pressure, or rather the work, out of the back quad, okay? Keeping the heel up, toe down. 9. How many did you get? 8 to 12? You might have finished before me. But wait for me, wait for me. All right, single leg deadlift. Let me check the time. Oh, 20 minutes. Beautiful. Come on. Let's do it. Single leg deadlift. This first set takes way longer because it's 2 unilateral exercises, meaning one leg at a time. Unilateral, think dumbbells. Bilateral, think barbells, right? Ay. This. 1, 2, 3, 7. Shoulder back, shoulder back, shoulder back. 8. What do I mean with shoulder back? Watch. I'm trying not to reach my left shoulder forward. Okay? I'm wanting to keep my shoulders square. Every time I focus on squaring my shoulders and hips, it forces my core, my hamstrings, my hips to stabilize. That's where the stretch comes in. That's where the strength comes in. That's where the balance, the core stability. Even the upper back, keeping the shoulder blade retracted, right? It's a little bit of Latin here as well. Compound movements. I love them. There's a place for isolated movements, absolutely. 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 8. Rest. Grab some water. Okay. Exercises A and B. Done. A and B? Is that right? Or A1 and A2 rather. All right, B1 and B2. 1 dumbbell for front squats, and then 2 dumbbells for sumo deadlift, okay? Grab it, come on. Front squat, dumbbell here, flat, elbows in and under. You might be using the plate. Your dumbbell might look different than mine. Just try and get the elbows under. You wanna keep the chest up. Toes turn slightly outward, knees pushed out. I hinge at the hips first. Hips back and down. This is our goblet squat or front squat, okay? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 3, 2, 4. Abs on. Notice how I'm trying to keep the shoulders stacked over the hips, right? Meaning 6. I'm trying not to hinge, to bend forward too much, right? We start to get into the lower back. 8 or 9, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, rest. All right, come on. Grab the other dumbbell in the other hand. Look, take the feet wide, like outside of shoulders. Toes out, heels down, toes out, knees out, right? In the middle. It might look different for you. Yours might hang in the middle here, or you might have them here, palms down. I'm more concerned with what the shoulders and chest are doing. I'm sitting back, stand. I'm gonna do mine palms up, right? Because I got these big, awkward dumbbells. Reach, 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 reach. 3, you wanna feel this in the inner thigh. I'm keeping the chest up. This is hamstrings and glutes, so I'm sticking my hips back. 6, is that 6? 7, I'm doing one more. 8, if you wanna go for 12, go for it. Rest. About 15, 20 seconds. 3 more rounds. 3 more rounds. I might go back and redo the intro once I figure out how much time this is. Did I say 30 minutes? I think I said 30 minutes. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Let's make sure my computer don't go to sleep. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Come on. Come on. Pick it up. Go. 3, 2, 1. What does lazy look like? This. This. That's what lazy looks like. Okay? Listen. No shame in it. I have my I'm lazy. Estoy perezoso. Perezoso. Muy. Very lazy. right? And when no one's watching, it's easy to take shortcuts. 5, they say character is who you are when no one's watching. 6, I say character is who you are when only you're watching. Because you're always with yourself, right? So who are you when it's only you? I'm resting. I did 8. Starting to feel your upper back, aren't you? Right? That's the thing with the dumbbells. We constantly have to stabilize them. The barbell kind of just sits up there. It's still working the upper back, but just there's a little more going on when you got to manage with the dumbbells, right? Come on. Sumos, baby. I know. I love you too. I love you too. Go. 3. Hey. Now this might feel like a different way of lifting. You might be used to doing them like this, right? Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And some lifts we will do that. But when we got an opportunity to go slow, if it means less reps, but we're going slow, let's go slow. It'll change the game, I promise you. 7, 8, rest. Oh, that's 2. Oh, Dios mío. I got a question for y'all. How many seconds we gonna give? Okay, we'll do 30-second rest. Are you one of those people who, when you work out in gyms or anywhere, you don't care how you're oriented to the room? Allow me to explain. These squares, tiles, are in horizontal, vertical, they're in perpendicular patterns, right? So when I work out, if I'm in a gym, I want to be parallel to the existing lines or perpendicular, right? So I'm either this way or I'm this way. There are people who just work out like this. I can't do it. I don't do it the right way. You know what I mean? Do it the right way. Why? Because you messing up my equilibrium. I'm looking at you. I'm like, what are you doing? Is the room spinning? Go. Front squats. It's out of control. Now that's different than me going on a 45 deliberately for you to see, right? But what if I was on like a 40-degree angle? You know what I mean? Like that's weird. Okay, or like 20. Like what am I actually doing? Okay? I need to have purpose in life. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8. I'm gonna go for 9. No, I'm gonna go for 10. 9, 1, 2, 3, 10. All good. All good. We getting there. We getting there. I should start doing these workouts as my workout. They should just replace my workouts because I still got to work out after this. You know what I mean? Now, I'm gonna do the right thing. Somebody called the cops. Somebody called the cops. It was just a matter of time. I'm talking too much. Go. One, 2, 3, 2. Hey, you might do this with one dumbbell in the middle. If you do, that's okay, all right? You might hold it here. One on each of the bells of the dummy. 1, 2, 3, 4. That might be enough for you. Or the 2 dumbbells might just be a little too much. So if that's the case, go with 1. Just do a few more reps. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. One more set. 29:55. Okay. So this will be 35 minutes. 35 minutes. That's all you need, really. Probably go faster if I wasn't yapping so much. But you know I love y'all. You know I love talking. All right, okay, come on. Let's get into it. Last one. Last one. I'll go side on for you. Look at the hips, look at the hips, look at the hips. One, your range might look like this. That's fine, all right? The closer the stance, the easier it is to go low, but the harder it is to stay upright, okay? It's a trade-off. 6, 7, 8. I'm picking up the second dumbbell. Don't do it like this. That's unsafe. Bend the knees and lift. It's just me and y'all. You sound the waiver. Go. 3, 2, 1. 1, 3. Home stretch, baby. 3. Let me even up. 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 5. 6. 2 more for me. That's what. 2. Done with the weights. Grab some water. Grab some water. I'm actually glad I didn't go heavier than that. Two bodyweight exercises. Horse stance, gotta squat. Okay? We're gonna do each for 30 seconds. Horse stance or guided squat and then yogi squat. All right, so 2 of them. Horse stance first. Take the feet out nice and wide. Go as low as you can, as you're comfortable, keeping the chest up. What we're focusing on is allowing the hips to suspend and support themselves behind the heels, right? This is quads. We want to sit back in the heels. 30 seconds. You ready? Go. I'm gonna go 45. I'm gonna go side on for you so you can see where my hips are. 30 seconds. Go. Try and keep the hands off your thighs, off your knees, right? You can have them out in front. Okay, you can have them here. Nice horse stance, kung fu. Okay, or you can have them just out in front, just like this. All right, 15 seconds. You're already halfway done. If you can, sink a little lower. Push the knees out as much as you can. Focus on pulling the knees apart rather than pushing. Pull, pull, pull. Feel the outside of the butt turn on. Stand up, shake it out. Ay, ay, ay. All right, now you bring the feet in. You're gonna squat down as low as you can. Okay, as low as you can. I can go down here. My knees crack a little bit, but that's all right. And I'm just chilling. 30 seconds, come on. If you struggle to get in this stance, it could be ankle mobility. All right, it could be your hips. It can be the lower back. It can be a bunch of things, right? But squatting every day is absolutely amazing. You might put the hands inside the knees, use the hands, elbows to push the knees apart a little bit, okay? But if you can squat, it's a dream. Once again, you might be right here. That's fine, okay? Relax. Go down to the floor. You can grab your mat if you want. We're just gonna go into a pigeon pose or 90-90. Let's do 90-90. 30 seconds each leg. So this shin 90 degrees. So 90 degrees in this knee bend, 90 degrees here. I'm trying to square my shoulders to the front and I'm leaning forward over the front shin. I'm not forcing it, I'm just relaxing. Let myself come forward as much as necessary. This will be our last movement and we're out of here. Last one will be done. 5 seconds, relaxing. Workout's over. We're just stretching now, chilling. Switch sides. I really hope y'all enjoyed that workout. Okay, it's simple, but effective. And I cannot get enough of unilateral movements. Strengthening the legs individually, strengthening the arms, the shoulders individually, because it does so much for the joints, for the primary muscles, the primary movers, the secondary, the tertiary stabilizers, all the little ligaments and tendons. That's what unilateral training is king or queen of, in my opinion. Rest. Well, peeps, there you go. 35 minutes, lower body strength. Truly hope you enjoyed that. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Love y'all.